just moral support, but skateboarding awesomeness is what it's all about. And look at everybody here, it's so fucking awesome. And so right here, skateboarding is when you start skating, you have your friends, and it's all about friends, right? Yeah. And where we come from, and first I gotta say thanks and congratulations to everybody else, and I gotta say, when I was a kid, Ellen O'Neill, I was in love, I was. And Jim Muir, man, I was in love. And then I fell in love with Steve Olsen. But the thing is, you guys are pioneers, and I am but a fan of skateboarding. The first goons of skateboarding, the first geeks and nerds of skateboarding was my generation with Jeff, and we started in the skate parks following what you guys created, and we met friends there, and one of the guys we met was Lance, and a little quick story, the first time I ever saw him was they were having skate park team tryouts at Whittier in like 1980, 79 or 80. And it was the first contest I ever entered, and I never really, me and my friends Richard and a couple of my buddies, we thought we could do this, and all these guys came from different skate parks like Lakewood and all over the place, and then we saw him. Lance, he had a mustache and a red, like, and he was like little, he was rad, he skated as good as anybody had ever seen before in my life, and from that day forward I just knew that he was just so awesome. He's like one of the raddest guys we ever saw, and we became friends from that moment on. And at the park that we skated at, Skate City in Whittier, there was no like egos or tough guys, or we just had fun and we laughed at everything. When something got serious, we laughed, and if something got a little crazy, we laughed. If we fell, we laughed at each other. It was just fun all the time. And Lance is a great guy, and he's a terrific husband. He was one of the first guys I ever knew to be married. He was one of the first guys I ever knew to have a child. He's a great father. He's a great artist. He's a great builder. He's a great photographer. He's a great skateboarder, and he's just one of the greatest guys of all time. And we brought our main man up here because sometimes you don't know what to say, so we're going to have Jeff say a few words.
My name is Jeff, and I am an alcoholic. So, yeah, anybody else is and what you need to know, I am a craftsman. I'm an uneducated man, but what you need to know is Lance Mountain is the best fucking skateboarder in the world. Nobody loves you more, as Hackett said, than Lance Mountain. He is the keeper of the flame. He is a historian, he is a student, and he is a damn fine skateboarder. He is a husband. Yvette rules. She's tolerated his shit. I was on their first date. She ran out of the house and kicked me in the stomach. She loves 45th grade. She thinks Levy should be president. Yvette rules. She's the woman behind the man. That's what you need to know. He is the best skateboarder in the world. If you have a problem with that, I will fight you in the street and I will lose to you. And you still will not change my mind. Now we're going to play you a little song because I got a heavy beard. And then we're going to bring Lance up. This is Honda, Skate City forever.
And you know, we gotta have Neil come up too.
Hey Neil, can we have you come up here if you want?
Neil, you gotta come up. This is Lance. Where's Lance at? Lance Jr.'s gotta come up. This is our team. This is Whittier Skate City. This is like, we are the nerds. We are the Skate Dorks. And Lance taught us about Champ 69.
We need one for, oh, here we go. Anyone out there knows Ulster Boy? Champ 69's Ulster Boy. Olsen, don't you know it? Let me know where. Before I do this, I'm going to keep my speech simple. Honesty, passion, faith, and urgency. That's the man I love. I'm honored to be his friend for over 40 years. I still get to play music with him, and he comes to my house, for God's sake. I'm a lucky man. But now we sing Alhambra Boy to Mr. Lance Davey.
You see what's wrong with me? You thought that was long. I'm gonna probably get torn off the stage. It would take so long. I can't even believe the amount of rad skateboarders that were part of here. I have to start. I have to thank the Lord for giving us the deep passion and desire and dreams in our hearts to chase after the things that we love. And on a personal basis, I have to thank Him for His forgiveness and His mercy and grace in my life through Jesus Christ. I have to. He's given me a deep joy and a peace in this thing we call skateboarding. We know how fickle it is. We know the injuries. We know the industry's insane. It's a throwaway, discard, hero thing, and I've had a deep love for the guys I grew up on, and I have to say that when I started skating, even though they don't get a lot of credit in the lost little era, I guess, they're inventing and creating really amazing maneuvers. The guys I first heard, the first names I heard were Ed Natlin, Russ Howell, Skitch Hitchcock, Greg Weaver, Mike Weed, the Logans, a lot of them. There's so many of them. But the first, I went down to the bottom of the hill and there was a bike shop and I saw a magazine. It had a photo on it. And it really it made me believe and see that skateboarding could be ideas, and it could be emotions, and it could be fun, as well as being incredibly gifted. And it was a photo of Steve Monahan just kicking through some water, and it's always stuck with me. It's been something that is kind of grounded where I think skateboarding was. I have to start with saying I thank Enrique Esparza, the first guy to give me a skateboard. My mom and dad let me skate when I don't think parents really wanted their kids to skate. My sisters who drove me to skate parks, Roname and Bonnie, dropped me off at Reseda, tell them to come pick me up, and I was at Colton, you know. Sorry. After that group, obviously, we're hugely influenced by Jay, Tony, Stacy, Jim, Wes, Shogo, all the guys coming out of, all the guys coming out of Santa Monica, obviously, but I was influenced by all these guys, all areas. I had a huge influence by the Val Surf guys, Ken Senator, Jerry Valdez, amazing. Bad Numbers came out, you know, it was amazing. Mickey, Steve, Dunlop, Tehunt, Talma, the guys from South Bay. Kevin Anderson was insane. I saw Kevin Anderson skate at Upland. It was insane. He was the first guy I ever saw go switch. My friend said that's the future of skateboarding. I said, you're an idiot. Schneider and Waldo. The guys from San Diego, obviously, the Kona boys, the guys up north, Blackheart and Marty. But I was in Pasadena, and Tom Inouye, Chris Stropo were my boys. Or I was their boys in our area. I went to Montebello, I went to Lakewood. I started seeing the Powerflex guys. Amazing group, ton of group of guys. For me and my generation, Bobby Valdez, thank him. And then I went to Skate City, and I have to actually thank Greg Ty. He was the first guy that kind of shopped me around to all the sponsors and the team managers, trying to show me to them, I guess. No one was interested. But the local pros there, George Orton was the first pro to ever ask me if I wanted to be sponsored. I have to thank him. The smoothest skateboarder I think ever lived, Ray Bones, Rodriguez, gave me some boards. Daryl Miller gave me some boards. These guys made me think that I could maybe one day be a part of your guys' world. It was very encouraging at the time. I also have to thank Jerry, you gave me some trucks. What do you think? Indies! But the Galati family, they provided us a place to live and hang out and joke around. This is where our friendships began. John and Hago and Jeff and Eric. I have to say, Neil Blender, thank you very much. You should be up here before me. As well as everyone else I mentioned, really gave us what we believe skateboarding was. It was a way to stay young. It was a way to have fun. It was a way to just be immature as long as you can. I have to thank Steve Hirsch, got me sponsored. I thank Gil Losey, Jan Losey, Alan Losey, Steve Hirsch, Eric Mitchell, Tony Israel, Mike Gibson, Tony Hoffman, Eddie O'Gara. I got to skate with them for a minute. Insanely progressive skateboarders at the time. Thank you so much. At this time, I didn't meet him. I never really knew him, but we mentioned him earlier, Henry Hester, for his racing, but for the Hester series, which created the greatest generation of skateboarders ever live in my mind. There's so many of them, I can't thank them all. Obviously Pineapple and Bowman and Andrix. There's so many of these guys. I'm gonna forget everybody. It's the Gold Cup series started. I want to give respect to Billy Ruff and John Gibson, who schooled me. And then it's, I think, very important as it was collapsing. I want to give a huge thank you to Glenn. You gave me my first cover, my first interview in a magazine called Thrasher. Without him, we owe a lot to him, and Mofo and Thatcher. Without that interview, I don't think I would have been able to move on to the next thing, and that was Pal Peralta. Huge thank you to Stacy Peralta, George Powell, Craig Stessick, Courtney Johnson, Todd Hastings, all the employees. Nothing works unless it's a group of guys doing everything they can do the best they can. The team, obviously, Steve Cavallero, Tony Hawk, Mike McGill, Rodney Mullen, Tommy Guerrero, Steve Stedham. But without the original Bones Brigade, Ray Bones Rodriguez, obviously, again, Jay Smith, Scott Foss, David Z, none of us would have wanted to ride for it. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you, Vance!
Skateboarding, sorry if you want to leave, you can go now. But as skateboarding collapsed again, I want to thank my best friend in the world, my wife. I love you. My biggest joy, my son, Cyril, not Lance Jr. Thank you guys. She stood by me and helped me just stay involved and be involved in skateboarding, and it collapsed in the 90s. I had a team called The Firm. Had long-time friends, Ray Barbie, Keith and Joe Gruber, Western Korea, James Kwa, Pat Brennan, who has passed away, Solomon Agah, Frank Gerber, Matt Beach, Bob Burgers, Rodrigo TX, Javier, Uyghur, but without Kurt Hayashi, without John Humphreys, and without Anthony Clairville, none of that would have happened. Could have happened. So I have to thank those guys. I have to thank Jeremy Foxy and Deacon, the original Flip guys, Jeff Raleigh, Tom Penny, Ruben Glifberg, Bob Bergquist, and Arto Starry, David Gonzalez. He laughed at me. Luann, Curran, and Louie, all the new kids. Skateboarding just keeps going generation after generation. If you don't stay involved in the next generation, it just passes you. So from Nodis and Gons and Jason Lee and Eric Costin and Jamie Thomas, Andrew Reynolds, Muska, these guys, letting me be involved in skateboarding. The Girl family, Rick Howard and Guy Mariano, these guys let me be involved and stay involved. I have to thank Sandy Bodecker and Kevin and Hunter from Nike, letting me just still have a life in skateboarding. Each and every one of you are so important to it. Without one of the missing pieces, it would just not be the same. I love all you guys. I thank you for letting me be involved in your family and your things that you do. I love you so much, and let's keep Dwayne Peters in prayer. Love you guys.